Using LLMs, especially in our AI agents, can sometimes be a challenge because they have hallucinations, making some mistakes, and cost a lot of money if you are going to scale them. Today, I'm going to show you a system where you can monitor your AI agents, track their actions, and see how many tokens they used and what was the cost for it. So this is the AI agent that actually we are going to look at today. And the important thing inside this workflow is actually logging actions and their cost, whether it's going to be a successful or an error inside our Google Sheet. Right, now let's quickly run into some examples and demos. I'll show you how this works. So here I'm talking to my agent with Telegram, and I'm saying that send an email to Alex asking him what's up. So if I send, it will get the email address and it will send an email. And the next thing is that to clean up some information I'll show you, and then we will save them inside our Google Sheet, and boom, yeah, we got our message back inside our Telegram. It says the email has been sent to Alex asking him what's up and if anything else. So the obvious action here is actually to get the email address from our database, and using the tool send email to send an email to that email address. And here is exactly how we log the actions and cost into a Google Sheet. So let's jump inside our Google Sheet. You see that we have timestamp, which is the current time, and we have the workflow name. We have the input and output, which the input was my message and the output was the AI agent response inside the Telegram. We have error message, but for this action, we didn't have any error message. And the important part is actually the actions token and the cost. So here we can actually see what actions our AI agent took during this run. You see that we had two actions. The first one was get the contact, basically to get the email address. And the second action was to send an email address. And exactly we can see what was the email address that our AI agent sent an email to. And for the tokens, we can see for both actions how many tokens we used. And for the model, you see that it is the same. We used GPT 4.1 mini for both of them, for both of the actions. And this is exactly the total cost for both of these actions. And you see actually how much it cost us to have these two actions. All right, so now I'm going to show you what happens if we have an error inside our workflow. And in order to do that, I'm going to remove the access to the chat model for the AI agent, save it, click test, and I'm just going to say hello. And we send that. You see that we go to this way and we are cleaning up information, save it in our Google Sheet, and we got a message back inside our Telegram. It says we have an error here and a chat model subnode must be connected and enabled. So let's go back to our Google Sheet, and you see that we have a new row. We have time, the workflow, the input, which is hello, and the output was an error message, and the output is error, and the message for that that we got inside our Telegram, this is it. And we have no actions for it, and we spent no tokens, and the total cost was 0. Let's do the last test where we can use all these three tools, and then I'm going to walk you through step by step and show you how actually this system works. So here I'm sending a message. Now we should create an event, get the contact, and send an email, and then we clean those data and we put it inside our Google Sheet, and it hopefully will go this way. Yeah, it did. And now we will get a response that I have created a calendar event. Basically, we used all our three tools. Let me quickly show you here. We have every information, and actions we took was create event, get contacts, and send email. And here we can see all the tokens that we used for actions, and this was the total cost. Key to our workflow is actually inside our AI agent, where we are telling our AI agent to return intermediate steps. Basically, you need to find this under the option and bring it on and turn it on. So what it does is actually we can see all the logs or actions that our AI agent took during this run, and we can have it as a variable or as an output. So here we have the original output for our AI agent, which was the message that sent it back to us and says, I have created a calendar event for your birthday, and whatever the message was. And besides that output, we have another variable, which is intermediate steps. Actually, this is all the actions that our AI agent took, and it is giving it to us as a variable so we can reference it inside our workflow. And the next thing is actually go to the settings and change the on error to continue using error output, and it gives us two branches, one for success item and the other one is for error. So the next step is actually this JavaScript code, which is responsible for all these information that are coming from our AI agent. Basically these intermediate steps, all this information I copy and gave it to ChatGPT, and I told ChatGPT to write a JavaScript code which is responsible for taking out the action information and taking out the all the token that we used for those actions, and calculate the price based on OpenAI API pricing. So then we can have all this information feeding to our Google. So this is actually all the JavaScript code that I got it from ChatGPT, and you see that for our output we get steps, tokens, and the total cost. And the next step is actually to feed all those information inside our Google Sheet. So here I connected my Google account, and the operation is append a row, or basically to add a new row. And here we choose our document and our sheet, and we are mapping everything manually. So here we have timestamp, which is the current date and time. For the workflow, here we have the workflow name, which we drag and drop from here. And for the input, actually this is our first message inside the Telegram. We can get it from our Telegram trigger. And for the output is actually the last output from our AI agent, that we get it from here. And for actions, tokens, and total cost, we are mapping all the variables or data from our previous node, which is JavaScript, which I call it cleanup. So here for the actions, we put all the steps here, and for the tokens we drag and drop the token variable here, and for the total cost we have this total cost variable here, which we drag and drop it here. As the output, you see that we have this table, which is exactly the same that we are feeding inside our Google Sheet. And it is all the same if we go down this way for the error. All the code in cleanup and the Google Sheet, everything is same. And inside the Google Sheet we have a field which is actually our output, and for the error message we are mapping from our AI agent the exact output which it sent us as an error message. As you can see here, it says error, and this is the message for it. If you want to get this template for completely free, all you have to do is to join my WAP community. The link to it is down in the description. Here we have a community of like-minded people who wants to become a master at AI and learn automations. We have a free community and also a paid one. Here is all the information on what you get if you join our community. And once you join, you can go to the learn section and find the folder to free automation templates, and you can download this template for completely free. Once you download, come back to your n8n, open a new workflow and click on three dots and import the file and bring it up inside your editor. And as always, thank you so much. You made it so far watching this video. If you have any questions, just let me know down in the comment section and I'll answer them as soon as possible. If you enjoyed this video and if you found value, definitely give it a like. It will help me to show this video to more people, and I'll see you in the next video.